how to build your fragrance collection when you're starting from zero. Now, this video is for beginners. It's for people that don't own a single perfume, or maybe you own a couple and you want to expand, but you don't know what direction to go in. All right. So first and foremost, I recommend you get your hands on a fresh and clean fragrance, something like Light Blue Intense by Dolce & Gabbana. If you're thinking, hold on, there's a lot of freshies out there. How do I know which one to get? I'm overwhelmed. I have a lot of videos on YouTube with lists. So things like best fresh and clean fragrances. Just YouTube my name, Melissa Nacional, best fresh and clean fragrances. You could see what I've got there. If there's one that stands out to you, you can get a sample of it. Or if it's a designer scent, you can go smell it at Sephora, see if you like it, test it on your skin for free, and then buy it on a discount site. Don't buy it at the retail stores for retail price, all right? So you get a fresh and clean fragrance. And the reason you want to start with this is because freshies have the best versatility, all right? You can use these at work, at school. You can use them when you go on a date, if you want to wear them when you're working out. Even with clubbing, you can still get away with a fresh and clean fragrance. So this is total like daily wear material. Doesn't matter when and where, you know that you're going to smell good wearing a fresh fragrance. You will get the most use out of something like this when you're starting your collection. All right, so you get your freshie. Next, I would suggest you get a sweet or spicy scent, something sexy, you know, something like Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. If you want a more masculine fragrance, you can do something like Stronger With You by Armani. That one's a pretty popular one that a lot of people do enjoy. So you have something that is sweet, something that's the opposite of this. You know, it has a bit better performance. And if you're thinking to yourself, why should I get a sweet scent? Well, if you want only one fragrance, that's totally fine. You could stop with the freshie right here. But if you're somebody that lives in predominantly cold weather, then like sweet scents are going to last longer generally than the fresh fragrances do. They just cut through the cold weather a lot better than the fresh scents do. But also, let's say you have a party to go to, or you're gonna go clubbing, and you want something that can compete with everybody else's loud, obnoxious fragrance, and yeah, you can throw on your sweet scent, and now you are covered for basically any situation. You got your freshie for the hot days, for work, professional environments, for school, whatever, and then you have your sweet fragrance for after hours, you know? So you can stop right here if you want to. Now, if you want to break it down even further, you can niche down on certain situations that you're going to be in, right? For example, I mentioned work a lot, right? So you can get a work fragrance, something professional like Prada L'Homme EDT. Now, this is the masculine fragrance, but there is a feminine counterpart called Prada La Femme. I will say, though, it doesn't scratch the itch the same way the masculine one does. This is a floral dominant fragrance. So ladies, I would even suggest you look into the masculine one the same way I suggest guys look into the feminine version of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. Way sexier than the men's. But anyways, so you're getting your clean professional fragrance. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, what's the difference between something like this versus something like Light Blue Intense? Well, if you want to go note-wise, this is more of like a citrusy, fun, summertime fragrance, right? Whereas Prada L'Homme is more of this professional fragrance. And it's not citrusy clean. It's kind of like laundry, not dry cleaner, laundry, like fabric softener clean. You know, it's just if you are looking sharp, let's say you're in a nice blazer or whatever your work outfits are, this is going to match it really, really well. So if you just need that professional smell, if you're going to any sort of conventions for your company, or if you're meeting or having like a certain, you're up for a promotion and you just want to smell good in the office, these are nice to have. So getting a professional fragrance is like big thumbs up, big thumbs up. Next, the dates. Let's say you're going on a date with somebody you really like or with your significant other. I would suggest an intimate, sexy fragrance, something like La Nuit de l'Homme. Now, this one is marketed as a masculine fragrance. Ladies, you can get other, you know what, you could still use Good Girl for this. So these, once I started getting into the work fragrance and the date night scent, a lot of this stuff starts to overlap with the fresh and the sweet scent. But the reason I recommend a date night scent that's intimate, something that is, you know, closer to your skin, is because when you're having these fancy dinners with people or with your date, you don't want something that's just so loud that it's going to compete with the aroma of the food, something that's going to potentially nauseate them because all they smell is your fragrance mixing with the lamb. Like, it been there, and it's seriously so headache inducing. I remember I went to a Brazilian steakhouse. It wasn't my date, but a lady in the table over was wearing a very strong, like a lot of sprays of Versace Crystal Noir. And I just smelt that while I was eating ribeye. I smelt that when I was eating lamb, and I was like, oh gosh, it was so annoying. So when it comes to dates and intimate dates, go for something like La Nuit de l'Homme, something that's a bit closer. And also, it's kind of like a leaves them wanting more type of situation, where when they catch a whiff of you after that date, let's say you go to a movie or you go on a nice romantic stroll and you're cuddling into each other, it's like, oh, damn, they smell really good. I want more of that. And it just makes that person want to be even more in your neck. So getting something intimate, getting something that kind of lures people in is really nice to have in your collection. And lastly, I would say get your loud, bold clubbing fragrance. All right, you can get something like Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Here's also a good area to like get a niche fragrance if you want to. There's a lot of sweet niche fragrances out there that are a bit more daring than your typical Carolina Herrera Tom Ford fragrances, but because this is a beginner scent video, I would just say get something if you want that loud, obnoxious fragrance. Let's say you're going to an upscale event, if you're going to a gala, if you're going to a black tie event, and you're like, you know what, I want to show out. I want my Medusa fragrance. I just want that one scent that's going to be turning everybody's heads. Then that's when you invest in looking for a sweet, strong fragrance. It doesn't have to be sweet. It could still be like a bold, fresh fragrance if you want to. But what you want to think about here is, would I wear this fragrance clubbing? Would I wear it like your head turning scent? You know, I don't know why I said clubbing in particular, but that would really help round off the rest of your collection. And if you cover these 5 categories, I swear to you, you will be good for the rest of the year, for however, not even just the rest of the year. You will be good in general until you want to re-up on these fragrances, or maybe you want to swap one out for a different scent that you ended up loving, and then your collection continues to grow. So again, to recap, fresh and clean, sweet and sexy, work fragrance, clubbing fragrance, date night, intimate scent. Get those 5, you will be fine. I promise you. All right. Again, what I'll do is I'll put the discount link for these fragrances in the description box below, in the comment section, even if you want to just go scrolling yourself and kind of see what's out there, what's available. All of that will be in the comment section description box. All right. I hope you have a great day. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.